So here I have an idea that I'm very much in love with. It's almost like you see a far reflection. You don't even see the sunrise yet. You only see the colors peeking out above the mountain. And that's your idea. But when the sunrise comes, the idea evolves. And then midday, you're hiking under the hot sun, and it's a totally different idea. And not only having the idea, but also acting on it. Because creativity for me, it's a lot about going on a journey, and you kind of, something that might have looked like a wrinkle or a little recess, all of a sudden becomes a giant mountain or a canyon that you fall into, and you learn. So for me, the creative process, it's about what you learn. And you learn all the time, and I hope I can continue to learn. I work with ceramics, I work with fiber, I work with costumes, I work with sets, writing, words. And all those different types of matters I transform from the idea. I go through the experience into creating a new form, a new feeling, a new space. And for me, although I'm very goal-oriented, but the most precious moment is this whole process, this whole journey of getting lost in there, of allowing myself to get lost in there. Because in this goal and success-driven society, it's very easy to get stuck on the final product. And sometimes the gold is in the shadow, in the failure, in the broken pot, in the broken anything that can happen, in the accident. Because this is where you expand, this is where I expand through that new experience, because I couldn't plan that. I couldn't plan my failure. I had to learn what creativity is about. It's really about being sensitive. And when I say I'm an artist, that doesn't mean anything. It's just a label. But what I like to say is that I like to work, and I work. I don't actually have another chance. I don't have another possibility to live except for to be sensitive to my environment, to be responsive and constantly aware of how it feels, how it doesn't feel. I grew up in a culture where you kind of have to be a specialist in one thing, and you have to really know that thing very well. And I felt like I always spread myself very vastly. I'm afraid of not getting the results I want. I'm afraid of not being able to do everything I want. I'm afraid of not being clear enough. But then one day I actually read this book, I don't remember the title, but it talked about how that's okay. Just give yourself the permission to be, to explore that world. And from that day, I did allow myself to be all of those things, to combine them, to be a multi-dimensional artist. I think creativity in art is a lot about exploration, and what are the different ways you can explore, or I can explore. I can explore through my body, through moving my body in space, called dance. I can explore the space through observing it closely and painting it, or through creating matter on the wheel, or through merging with reality and dissolving it in my words, through writing. It's all different dimensions. And this is what creativity is all about, to really allow yourself to ride on the journey. But it's not a passive journey, it's a very active journey. And it starts with an open mind, with an intention, with a commitment, continues with a commitment. And once you're there, there is no going back.